welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, game number 3 coming at you here. And, whoa, we are already well into this draft here. I look left to set up the stream and come back, and look right, and we're already 3 picks in on either side. Welcome back here. We got i2p Esports going up against Shrek Hislov here in what is the loosest bracket round of 16 of the Hontour Season 4 qualifiers. And right now, this is game 3, thus 1-1 series is what we're working with here. So Snooey is my co-caster, joining me here for this third and final game, and looking forward to see how this one plays out now. What fun, different pick i2p Esports is going to go with. Maybe we'll find out here, but Midas, Deadlift, Kraken, Calamity were the bans. So yeah, Deadlift, Calamity once again banned by Ogre. It worked in game number 2. Why not here in 3 for them? Bombardier with Behemoth, Cthulhu, and Torture. All right, here we go.
I love Bombardier as a hero. I feel like this hero is really underrated as well. I mean, the potential of just hitting level 6 and more or less is getting a free kill. As long as you line it up with one stunner, like, you more or less got a free kill when you hit level 6. And you can repeat that same thing every single 2 minutes with the airstrike. Or no, wait, it's actually... okay, I'm not entirely sure what the cooldown is in level 1, but still, it's a really powerful tool, and especially versus a hero like Wretched Hag on the Hellborn side. I mean, all you need is Cthulhu to just land a trample, follow it up with a stun, and you got a dead Wretched Hag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like the decision, definitely from Legion team, and as we saw in the game number 1, they know how to line up their stuns, they know how to initiate at the right times, so the Behemoth should be a powerful tool in their draft as well.
Yeah, and once again, going the Cthulhu Fawn, and we made a point that in the first game, very good Cthulhu Fawn play from Hoist here. Now, last game, he played the Keeper, and a very passive Keeper, and Human Device was actually on Cthulhu Fawn. So, again, nothing against him, but just that the second game, obviously a lot of things just completely went wrong overall. So, I wonder if we're going to see a little bit more going back to what worked out in game number 1 here, or if it's going to be the same thing here in game 3 or not, but we'll see how what happens. I also got to say I'm a little bit surprised by Bombardier. Only 5 games we've seen him, actually. That's honestly very surprising, especially since he also got some decent buffs fairly recently. I mean, Bombardment got all of his abilities got buffed, really. I think other than his ultimate, maybe. But anyways, he's gotten some nice changes that have helped. So.
Yeah, that's true. And one player in this, or in particular, comes in mind when you see Bombardier, and that's Sibbe. Like, he used to play this game, or this hero, all the time back in the days when it was really popular. And yeah, with recent changes and the fact that he's actually rotated a little bit more towards that mid role now, when Haxorn is in the team, Druids as well. They have been swapping roles up a little bit, and just like sometimes Sibbe runs into Suicide and sometimes Haxorn does. So I could potentially see Bombardier being a Druid's pick in the upcoming cycles here.
Yeah. All right. Well, for their final pick, they go with the Ravener, actually. So the Ravener is going to be their carry of choice here. A very active, and talk about a different style team here. They had the Keeper, the Bushwhack, a very passive lineup. Last game, Greedy. This time it's going to be more in-your-face, action, go, go, go lineup here. So, different pace and somewhat more similar to game number 1 that we did see.
Like, the Hellborn team got 2 supports. So it's safe to say they're going to be running an offensive tri-lane of some kind. And what the Legion team needs to do is to secure their forest in level 1. That's all that's going to matter right now, because Cthulhu is going to be in the woods. That's safe to say. He's not going to be in that Suicide lane, and that's going to be Behemoth taking care of that. So they need to make sure that the hard camp remains unblocked, because if they block that, then they're probably going to be able to, I mean, not only push Cthulhu away to the left side of his forest, but they're also going to be able to deny Ravenor some farm. Mm-hmm. So I think this is all going to come down to how well those 2 teams clashes in level 1.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of game where, as we have seen at times, Insania and especially Chowli port down to their tier 1 tower and just run down and place a ward as fast as possible to gain an advantage in terms of vision for their team for that upcoming clash in the forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see if anything sneaky like that happens or not. But again, thinking about last game, and yeah, I did also confirm the whole situation of his selling the boot slate, and it just really all over the place here. It seemed a little off, but obviously in the end, his team at least it worked out pretty well for them there. Drogon was the one that had that mishap there, but we'll see. He is on the Deadwood this time here in game number 3, which happened to be their final pick, and Looking at their lineup, they actually got a couple of options here, I would think, as far as how they want to lane things.
I think it comes down to one, more or less.
What is
I mean, I can only see the offensive tri lane.
Okay.
I can't really see why you would pick up both Deadwood and Wretched Hag if you would want to run something kind of like semi-safe, or like have them like dual in the mid and dual at the top lane. That doesn't make sense with their current heroes. And I don't think that leaving Wretched Hag or whatever suicide hero, I don't know. I mean, what potential suicide hero could we see from the Hellborn team otherwise?
Yeah.
It's a Wretched Hag or the Deadwood, but both of them are going to be completely destroyed by not only the Torture, but if Ravenor hits one lightning ball, then the target is dead. So I definitely think that they are going for that offensive trident at least. That's why I stressed how important it is for the Legion team to actually defend their forest and the hard camp for Cthulhuphant in level 1.
All right, well, let's come out of this pause here. Looks like Shakira trying to reconnect here, so once he's back in, he'll be good to go. In fact, it looks like he's reconnecting right now. To reiterate, guys, again, after this game here, and, you know, depending how long it takes, ideally we'll like to go through all the way with it, and I'm sure we will be able to, but the next round is set to start in about a half an hour or so from here, usually, but it takes about 45 minutes from now. We'll probably start getting into the games and stuff, so of the winner's bracket round of 8. Again, there's a couple up there that definitely are intriguing, so we'll keep an eye on those and definitely look to jump into them as soon as this one's over, if anything, if it happens to be a little bit longer, but we'll see how that lines up. But definitely some more Han action going to be coming at you here as far as qualifiers go. And again, one step closer, trying to get one step closer to qualifying top 3 here in the Diamond. And that's something to remind ourselves as well, is that, you know, we got the 5 invited teams to look forward to as well, with Cycle 1 kicking off in a couple weeks from now, especially with the new format, with the group stages that then lead into the bracket, but every team going to be playing each other. Complexity, Druids, formerly Sync Esports, whatever their new name's going to be, Reason Gaming, and who am I missing here? BMG, of course. And with all the roster changes that have kind of happened a little bit, it's going to be a lot of fun seeing how things stand here.
Yeah, safe to say. I mean, after DreamHack, I felt like the top 5 teams were just so far ahead of everyone else, seeing as they were boot camping and, you know, they got the mentality and the communication and all that up and running throughout the entire DreamHack event, of course. That's something like that helps a lot for the team atmosphere. But now lately, I mean, it hasn't been, or they haven't had too much tournament action. They have been left with a few scrims here and there. But the new upcoming teams here, they have plenty of time to prepare for this upcoming cycle. And of course, with this qualifier, they get a lot of training as well. So cycle number 1, yeah, I could definitely see not only the top 5 or the current top 5 teams, but also the 3 qualification teams as likely candidates to take that cycle number 1. So really interested indeed. Yeah,
that's an interesting point to bring up, you know, how serious or how much committed the invited teams are right now to playing. And I'm sure the scrimmaging one, but I know Sync, for that matter, you know, Zlapt is actually openly, he's in Thailand currently. He's actually hanging out over there in Thailand with some of their Han teams and whatnot, and, you know, having a good time and playing some Han over there even. So he actually is playing Han ultimately, which is obviously good. But as far as a team goes, I don't know if necessarily a whole lot of practice going right now, but again, still a little bit of time, so. But that's down the line. For now, we got this game number 3 here. Yeah, that was actually looking like they could have possibly done some Kongor, but they happen to just sneak right by it instead and go into the Legion jungle. In the end, not going to find anyone, though. They do block a couple of the camps here.
I'm surprised that they are not looking to man up, or the Legion team wasn't looking to take a fight, or potentially take a fight, because even if the Hellborn team looks scary, and yes, they does, with their correct vision, I still feel like the Legion team could have pulled it off, with that Behemoth Fissure especially, and a Ball of Lightning from Ravenor, and a short Torture Chain Reaction. Cthulhuphant could even have gone for the trample if necessary. I mean, it isn't the worst deal in the world for him, especially if he's going to be in his own forest. But instead they're like, hey, we're just going to give up our forest completely. We're going to have Cthulhuphant buy Marchers in level 1 and go offensive forest. I don't like that choice of them at all. Like, just giving up their chances of winning this bot lane from the get-go.
Yeah.
Actually, Hellborn team is not going to commit fully, though. They're going to have Moira still up here sitting here babysitting Deadwood. I don't think that's necessary by any means. But
matchup Behemoth, yeah. No, not. But maybe, usually in this case, it's more of we want to try to prevent the suicide from getting anything. In this case, Behemoth. So maybe they value the Behemoth. In fact, actually, Behemoth is in some trouble right here. He's going to be fine. But
that big time. He thought there was an offensive trial as well. And he actually missed his block as well with the Fisher initially. So the lane did not get pulled back.
That is very true. Missing out on that opportunity, unfortunately, and hurting a little bit here. But yeah, definitely catching him off guard, I'm sure, the fact that all of a sudden there's a support up here. But that also means at the bottom lane now, you got Torture and Router. They realize that more is up top, so they can maybe try to play a little bit more aggressively as a wall comes out, but not really the prettiest. Trying to block him in there, but unfortunately just
I still think that's the wrong target to go for. I don't think that Ravenor is the one that they should be focusing on. He got the longest hatchet plus Rune of Flights as well, so he could easily just eat himself into the trees and escape the spin in that way. As long as he is on his toes at least. But if they get the Torture whatsoever in a wall, then he's going to be 100% dead.
Torture playing it pretty safe though, so not going to be an easy attempt by any means. So you got Wretched Hag versus Bombardier in the middle lane. Not a matchup we would expect to see perhaps usually on the scene, but do see it here. 5-0 Bombardier, 7-3 Wretched Hag currently. So Hag
look at the bot lane by the way. There is the spin.
There you go. Bloodlust kill. I guess in a wall kind of caught him off guard there a little bit initially. Or maybe the Essence Link stun even. It looks like that's on cooldown, but
it seems like a mix of the two. I missed the start of that, so I can't say for sure, but probably something like that. Yeah, Torture, you can't really contest the Empath whatsoever, because as soon as he does, I mean, if that wall goes up, not only can Empath use the wall to just escape the impalement immediately, what's going on in the mid lane? What's good Tolofant doing over here? Charging in.
Trying to kill Hag, but definitely not an easy task. In fact, Hag's going to cancel the mana potion that he just used.
Oh, well played by him. Is he going to get this? Oh, what a blink.
Yep. Blinks in to secure it, and going to get him to use another mana potion that he happened to have on him at least, but good rune control from Wretched Hag right there. Second through the fun, yeah, definitely not an easy target to kill.
I don't know if this... I haven't played Bombardier that much since it changed, but I mean, aren't you supposed to go for the Boom Dust still? Oh, nice kill in the mid lane.
He says, what are you talking about? Sticky bomb bombardment all the way, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that gank, he was losing in terms of last hitting versus a Wretched Hag, and I don't feel like that's the kind of situation that he should be in as a Bombardier. You should just be outboxing the Wretched Hag completely from gaining any last hits whatsoever. What's going on in the bot lane?
Bottom lane, yeah, Ravener, the Storm Bolts is up, or whatever it's called. The Storm Blades is up, and it gets a kill on Empath. That's good through the fun coming over to assist. So yeah, much easier target to kill right there in Empath. And good rotation coming out from Cthulhu middle lane. Hag and Bombardier going back at it once again, but no kill this time around. But action definitely starting to pick up now here in game number 3. Still very early.
Yeah, Deadwood is farming away at the top lane. Currently the top gold per minute farmer in this game, 360, actually being overtaken by Swiftblade now, but he was the top farmer a few seconds ago at least. And Behemoth is still in level 2, so he's really struggling. Hellborn team is, well, from the looks of it, winning the laning phase so far at least.
Good job by Cluckmuck there avoiding the ball lightning. If he got hit by that, could have definitely been in trouble. In fact, going on the Ravener right here, spin comes out. Gets the stun up. Ravener's in a bad spot. Yeah, he kind of put himself right there. And down goes Ravener. So Zerte not necessarily positioning the smartest there. And simply gets caught. Now they're going to go for a kill on a Swiftblade probably, knowing that it spins down. Cthulhu and Torture are running in. Oh, nice job though. Buys the Ghost Marchers and runs away with them. Ain't going to get too far though. Gets caught by the stun. Is it going to be enough for the end? It looks like it still could be. Eating through the trees, making life difficult. And he will get away. Torture now turning his attention to Empath instead with Cthulhu Font. Trample up in 1 second. It should be.
They could turn this. Oh, damn! Now Swiftblade is going to turn this around as well.
That's so unfortunate. Swiftblade coming in with a spin. He needs to be careful though himself, actually, as Ravener is back. So now Swiftblade immediately regretting this decision. And he runs away. Some sloppy, a little bit of sloppy play on both sides, but in the end, nobody dying.
They're going to go for Empath instead. I don't say hey, yes. Oh, look at that.
Stuns in with the ball lightning. Swiftblade going for Torture, though. It may be support for support in the end. The creep blocking coming out. And yes, Torture will go down, but so does Empath just before. And now the spin on a Ravener. Ravener actually may die here. Oh my god, he's going to go down. A double tap for Swiftblade. I don't even know how it all happened, but that's the end result.
And he's not done yet. Bombardier in the mid lane, he's going to get picked off, I think. Or actually, Behemoth is here as well, so they might try to turn it around.
Yeah, that Sticky Bomb, it's level 3. It's going to be some good damage right here. There we go. You see Shards of Harkon apply to Hag, but she was out of range. One more auto attack. Oh, hit the ledge. Nice Mana Sunder. Is it going to be enough? It's going to hold him back, yeah. Oh, that was really close right there. This is an intense game
Deadwood comes.
But then Deadwood joins the party. Fissure Stun not in time, and he goes down. So 5 to 3 hero kills in favor of Shrek is where we stand now. 6 minutes in.
Yeah, and Bombardier had to invest the airstrike to just get the kill on Empath earlier on as well, down at the bottom. So he's not going to have that for another minute or so here.
Yeah.
Not looking good for our Legion friends.
Not a pretty start, definitely. You see the GPM chart when it's looking like that, you know it's definitely not good news. Right now, 239 gold per minute is your top farmer. And that's Bombardier. Other than that, no one even at 200 GPM or even close to it, frankly. So
yeah, that's so depressing.
It is.
That chart. It really comes back to their decision to just leave this bot lane, like have Cthulhu offensive for really no reason, and just allow the Hellborn team to just completely just ward up their own forest.
Yeah. Yeah, this i2p team, I mean, definitely need more experience, as most of these teams do. Hell, even Shrek does, and you know every real team here has. That's part of why they're doing it, to get more experience moving forward here. But oh, the block that was unfortunate. He was spinning with Swiftblade and got it on the wrong side of the Fissure Stun. So sure wouldn't have stunned him, but was just simply trying to block his path right there. And unsuccessful, but my point is, though, they really showed in Game 1 that they are, and again, we've seen it before with them happening, jumping into a game later on, that they definitely can make stuff happen against some quality teams. And sure, both those games happen to have Calamity and Deadlift in them, so I don't know if it's a little bit of that, where the mix of maybe catching some teams off guard, and that's very comfortable for them too. But, oh, as Batblast used to just take out Behemoth really quickly right there. Ball Lightning going to whiff. And now Torture, the wall from Empath, though, just not in time. Meanwhile, top tower goes down, by the way, in favor of Deadwood while this is all happening. Swiftblade chasing in, Cthulhu getting caught out here, so the point I was trying to make, that's pretty much nullified anyways, or mute. I mean, Shrek is just rolling them over right now.
Yeah, sad to say, but this game is probably over. I mean, we have a level 3 Suicide Behemoth at the 8-minute mark. I don't see how they're ever going to be able to kill this Swiftblade. Like, they literally have to invest 4 or 5 players at this point to just bring him down.
Yeah, it's not pretty indeed. And yeah, Game 2, again, they were actually doing pretty well. Bushwhack was actually farming very well for the most part. They had a couple successful things going on. So yeah, I really like to think that this team is definitely is a lot more than just simply the one-dimensional of some crazy picks by any means. But clearly here, Shrek has also kind of turned it up a notch too. Maybe they almost underestimated them initially, and they've definitely turned it up. I mean, this is definitely one of the teams, if you put the list of teams in front of you here in these qualifiers and asked to pick which 3 would make it, this would be one of them. I mean, Shrek obviously has some history on the competitive scene as being a very, very quality team. The fact that they're even in the losers bracket this early on is crazy in itself. But bottom tower goes down as Torture in the meantime picked off as well. So yeah, you can just tell i2p Esports right now just seems very lost of what to do. And that'll happen though.
Trying to combine their forces here and go for something, just hope for something to happen in the mid lane, but it's not going to. And we see that Deadwood picked up his portal key and he got a kill with Willowmaker. Swiftblade is close to yet another item. He could even go for portal key himself, and when he reaches that, I mean, he can literally kill anyone. Ravenor is the kind of hero that needs a snowball, and he's actually going to hit the ball of lightning here, but yeah, okay.
Well, they get,
At least get some one kill.
yeah, Pingu getting a little comfortable there and stop a streak, and we'll slow him down a little bit at least. So something there. Bombardier, 320 gold per minute. He's at least doing okay here for his team. So the shining hope is good old Bombardier here.
That it is.
Other than that, not a whole lot working for them. Gonna need a couple more of those to happen. before they're even feeling like they still have a chance here. Middle lane might be something. There's a Fisher to lead. Trample on top. Sticky bomb explosion. Never mind. Moira. And I think he already exploded it too. He did. It was basically nullified. That was interesting. Anyways, airstrike comes out. They still kill Hag, of course. Airstrike happens, but not enough for a kill. And now Swiftblade in return with Empath inside. See, he pops the Essence Link right there. In comes the Wretched Hag with the Sonar Scream, but she gets caught as soon as she does. And that was a dieback right there. So Tassi not liking life necessarily. As Swiftblade still pursuing, though. He's got the spin up. Moira trying to cut off Bombardier right here. Cthulhu in pursuit as well. Hits the trample. And Swiftblade in trouble. There goes the pole lighting. Down goes Swiftblade. Well, this is exactly what i2p Esports needed. For a little bit of throw and things working their way. And before you know it, they're kind of back into the game.
My gosh. All right, I wouldn't say that they're back, but I mean, they were hoping for a miracle, and they kind of got it right there. 2 kills on the Wretched Hag, plus 1 buyback money. I mean, he's down to Steam Boots and a bottle alone, and the Bombardier is actually closing in on the tablet now, and he got a Gravelock as well, so yeah, a little bit of hope actually for the Legion team.
Yeah, it's definitely something. So if you're Shrek here, it's I think it more so on their part of, all right, let's not maybe dive secondary towers and get a little crazy here. But with that said, I mean, this is a very upbeat lineup naturally, you know, with the hero selection. So definitely expect them to kind of keep this pace. Speaking of that, Deadwood, he's had the portal key now for a little bit. Gonna look to use it right here with his Willowmaker. Oh. Dodging a bombardment there. If he got caught, that could have actually been a deadly spot for him as they were collapsing, but he manages to portal key away. Does show it off, though, so they are very aware that he has it, if not already. But Swiftblade will
DD here in the mid lane. They're going to try with the trample. Might be successful, actually.
Oh, spin. But a little too quick.
A good attempt, at least. Well, Legion team. They should, however, rotate Ravenor down to the bot lane again, I think, and try to secure their own forest and get his farm rolling because, hey, yeah, they got a few kills, but they kind of need to get or keep getting those last hits as well on the creeps. And right now, they are really not doing that.
If you're Ravener here, again, they're down. Your team's down by quite a bit. You've been kind of struggling. You're somewhat recovering. As airstrike's used, wow, that was a very gritty airstrike. Expecting him not to spin almost, and he obviously did. No bombardment, though. He forces to use Swift Slashes, figuring he has to, and it doesn't work out. So actually, Bombardier, he is really doing everything he can to keep his team into this game. And it's
Portley just picked up a Cthulhu.
Yeah.
The Hellborn team really overstepped their boundaries in that previous engagement. And now look at bot lane here. Wretched Hag is going to get a pick-off, but it might come as a cost.
Stun? Oh my god, he got it. Beautiful, beautiful thought by Jakira right there. He's played all 3 games of Torture. We gave him some well-deserved criticism the first game, but the second and now this 3rd game here, he's actually been pretty solid looking. That was a nice stun right there from him, guessing correctly. And another kill. Sure, it came at the cost of Ravener, but overall, 2 for 1 in the big picture there, so not too bad.
1 for 1. Or do you mean
it's kind of Swiftblade middle?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
But going back to Ravener, what do you build here if you're this Ravener, knowing that you're so behind already? Is there something different maybe, or you kind of stick to your guns, maybe the Abyssal Skull? And
I think you just have to stick with Abyssal Skull. I mean, there is the Thunder Claw, of course, but I don't think it's necessarily going to save you by any means. I think going into the Abyssal and potentially even the Portal Key is the best way to go.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't think they're going to win this, at least by farming stacks in their forest. With the Thunder Claw, for example. They need to keep on being aggressive.
Behemoth, he's trying to find farm, but it's not easy when you got a devil with a portal key roaming around, and sure enough, sets up the easy kill to Stroke in there. And that's a spot that this Legion side is going to find themselves in, kind of trying to recover. Sure, you're at least calmed it down, and there's still a chance now, but good luck finding easy resources. Hey, maybe the middle lane and Moira. She's going to Arcane Vortex. Bombardier throws a sticky bomb right on top of it. Explosion as she comes out. She will fall to the Obliterate right there.
Oh, Empath is in a risky position as well, actually going in.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot. There's the Essence Link stun, but going to be fine. How about the tablet choice from Bombardier first, by the way? Do you actually like that?
I'm always a fan of tablet. I'm like getting it on every single hero I play. Just a personal preference. I just feel like it's so good in so many situations. And I mean, sure, you could go for a sacrificial stone, something like that, or something a little bit more late game directed. But I think it's a good tool. I mean, it's going to give him a little bit of survivability. It's going to add up a little bit more mana for him, and of course these kind of initiations here, the tablet helps a lot as an initiation tool or follow up on a Cthulhu Polki.
I am still in shock, and I'm sure Ogre is as well, at just how i2p esports has just climbed back into this game. I mean, this is not over.
No, look at the experience game. I have no clue. I mean, I was sitting here talking about this game was more than over, and I mean, to be fair, it should have been over.
Yeah.
As long as Strekislav just continued to play patiently, but instead they were like diving the towers, going YOLO, and now it seems like they're not playing to their hero's fullest potential either. I mean, Deadwood is more or less just going for. I mean, he's gotten one kill with his Willy Keeper, but other than that, he's been farming creeps a lot on the lanes, and Swiftblade and Hag has been the one like roaming around, rather than having Swiftblade static farming a lane.
It's been, yeah, exactly. Kind of the priority seems a little off there. As the Deep Tower middle lane, it goes down in favor of the i2p right here. So I was going to mention that too, though. Yeah, Deadwood, he's been very, very inefficient, I feel like, with this very early portal. I mean, he had this, what, like at 8-9 minutes maybe? I mean, it was a really early portal key at the top lane. And as you pointed out, we've only seen actually one Willowmaker kill that he's gotten with his ultimate. So he's looking right now, so definitely maybe the mindset changing a little bit, realizing that this is definitely not an over game and needed to find these kills, but not going to find anything right now as Ravener cleaning up a jungle stack. He's got nearly 2,000 gold. I wonder, is that going to be that Abyssal Skull? I mean, he hasn't bought any components for it yet, so I almost feel like it's actually going to be a straight portal key because of this.
It could be. It's going to slow down his farm a little bit, or limit his farm at least, but if they're looking to keep on the aggressive, it could be the right choice. And the Behemoth is really close to his as well, even though he's only level 7. And here we go.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not close any longer.
Behemoth, not much you can do. I just love the Rotten Grasp and run away, knowing that that's going to secure it. It's like the guy that just has an explosion that he's ready to knows it's going to go off, and he just turns around and goes off in the background.
Mid lane, though.
Yep, he's in trouble, though, himself now. Deadwood hanging around a little too long. Again, just getting very comfortable. I mean, you've got to realize by now that this is a very potentially gotcha team, and they've done it now over and over again.
Yeah, I really don't get how you can be standing downhill like that in the river, and the enemy tier 1 tower is still up, and everyone is more or less missing from the map. Like, that's a big blunder on their part, and they really can't afford these kind of mistakes now.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say. Yeah, you know, that death right there is 2-1-2 right now, so not really bad, but it does seem like it's definitely hasn't been as upbeat as they could be hoping for. As Wretched Hack bottom lane, Jin Chao, she's going to get caught. The follow-up, is it going to be enough? Absolutely! Oh my god, maybe not. Bombardier airstrike it. Nice dodge. What a sidestep from Tassi. He made that look easy, but I guarantee that is not easy to have that quick of a reaction like he did. Knowing exactly where to go, and he survives in the end. That's a big, big survival right there.
Yeah, well played on his part, but still Ravenor, I mean, if he would have just been a little bit more patient, he could have easily just waited with the ball of lightning, and that Hag would have been 100% dead.
Okay.
Instead, he activates it immediately. He thought that the burst damage was going to be enough, and it wasn't, so Hag was easily able to blink out of there.
Yeah.
If he would have waited, he could have just followed her and killed her off, so...
Yeah, you see the portal key on a Ravener, so the idea, the mindset, this is very clear on the Legion team. It's just go, go, go. It's going to continue. And if they figure, that's what's climbed us back into this game, and that's what's going to win it for us. Again, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of Ravener going for a first. I really think like they've kind of calmed it down to the point where he could have warranted going the Abyssal Skull at least, trying to help his farm out, but he clearly figures that that's not the case, wants to get the PK Swiftblade. What a jump and catch there by Cthulhu Fon. The shockwave, but oh my gosh, he got the spin off. And he's going to be fine right there in the end. In fact, here comes a turn now. Bat Blast, it does hit Behemoth, but that's really it. So not the prettiest. That's Cthulhu Fon will get taken out now off to the side. Ravener, he's in a lot of trouble as well. See the haunt applied to him.
Oh, he got drop
Did he drop it? Okay, yeah, he dropped it, picked it up, and he's going to be brought. He stuns back in, actually. He wants the kill. Oh, don't know about that. That was a little silly. He was definitely going to live if he didn't go back in. As now Bombardier also in trouble, coming out to the side. He goes down. That's not going to help you win this game.
That it is not. And as we can see right there, I mean, that's heavyweight only level 1 at the time, so didn't have enough lockdown for the Swift Blade. He was able to get the skin off. If they would have just been able to just quick off. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually going to let him know after that, but okay, so you're back now.
Yeah, I hope it's better now.
Yeah, it's better for now. So yeah, Robot Znui was made an appearance once again. Let you know if it happens again here, but yeah, that was interesting with the shockwave there initially. But you pointed out with the heavyweight, how not enough lockdown from it, and thus Swiftblade was able to spin away and keep himself alive. And going to continue to farm now. He's got the Firebrand, the Mighty Blade picked up. So probably going to be the Frostbrand.
He probably thought that the lockdown was going to be enough. Yeah, and Torture's going to continue farming down here at the bot lane. Picked up a Mystic Vestment. Brave Lock. And actually farming better than Suicide Behemoth at this point. Was only level 8 as well.
Yeah.
Took a Deadwood, by the way.
Lane, yep. Deadwood. He's being patient. Again, Ravenor's not really the tankiest. Especially with the choice to go right into the portal key early on. Moira's going to jump first with the Mana Sunder. Maybe try to set up enough damage. She didn't start the Harkon, though. Or did she? I don't think she did.
Yeah, she did.
She did? Okay. That seemed like it for some reason. But Deadwood still feels like it's not enough.
Yeah, either that or he was really afraid of him actually having backup. Because Torture, as you could see, was around and everyone else was missing from the minimap, so he was like, okay, this might be a bait, let's be careful instead. And I think he made the right decision, because if he would have jumped, he might have been able to get the Ravenor, but he would still have ended up dying himself, so he's gonna wait for a better opportunity here. Oh, look at the Cthulhu Fanto.
Yeah, he knows something's up. He's gonna find him right there. Pops Obliterate. He didn't get it off in time, though, and now you see a random ball lightning trying to guess. It's gonna miss, though. And Deadwood's going to be fine. So Cthulhu Font almost stopped Deadwood there. But unable to catch him in time, so well played by Drogon getting away. In fact, coming back in onto Ravener. Ravener going in with a ball lightning, though, as Cthulhu Font is here. So Drogon getting a little too greedy right here. And now he's trying to escape. Probably not going to happen. Airstrike, that's going to whiff once again as he goes the other direction. But it really is just going to secure it in the end because he forced to turn around. Now, he does distract him for a lot right there as his teammates push the bottom lane, but at least they got the kill onto Deadwood there.
Yeah, it was still just a consolation prize for them, I feel. The tier 2 tower means a lot more at this point, and now this is also going to secure a Congo kill for them, or for the Hellborn team, I would assume.
Yeah. Alright, the Robot Znui is a little back, unfortunately. So,
ouch.
I don't know if maybe a recall would also help with that. No? Well, he's just going to try joining again.
I tried to reconnect. I'm not sure if it's better once again.
I mean, I could try and straight up recall myself. Let me just try that, just to try to help the connection
Yeah, because
here.
I'm not disconnecting from, or I'm not disconnecting from.
Yeah, again, it's Skype. All right, I'm gonna recall. Okay. At least it's humorous when it happens.
Ta-da!
There we go. Oh, jeez. Quincy being loud. Alright, okay, so now we're back here with the recall. And it was Behemoth jumping in and gets the kill on a Moira. Empath is going to survive, but they also got a bound eye out of it. And now off to the side, Swiftblade gets cut as well. Swiftblade's going to fall right here at i2p. Once again, another pretty good spot for them. Empath, she's going to eventually fall down. Bat Blast, it does hit Ravener, but a good spread by the Hellborn Titan. Elite side, excuse me, and they locked in Richard Hag. She goes down with a token of life she just got. Can they lock her down once again? Oh, she gets the kill on Ravener as she resurrects. So she will escape and gets a kill out of it. But, I mean, at least i2p got somewhat of the better of that fight in the end. Definitely numbers-wise they did. And all they lost was Ravener. For a token and 3 hero kills it was. Yeah, Moro Swiftblade and Empath. You with us, Nui? Apparently not.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
We are
what
now.
What the hell?
Are
you able to hear me?
I'm able to hear you now. It seems like you're a delay.
I'm able to hear you all the time. It's so weird.
I don't get it either. Skype is just funny sometimes. We're good now, though, I think. I think we're good.
All right, I will take a look at it after this game.
Okay.
See if anything happens. Try to reconnect or restart Skype.
Yeah. All right, well, 26 minutes in. It's hero kill-wise, this is a very even game, as proved to be. But, again, the lead has grown a little bit for Shrek, but still not enough out of control just yet by any means to force anything further here. As you see Swiftblade, he goes to Brutalizer, by the way. He went the Geometer's Bane and then a Brutalizer after that. You know, technically he is kind of playing more of the hard carry this game. So, do you like the style of items that he's going for?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, he could have benefited from a really fast bulky, at least at the state of the game, or how the state of the game was when they had a fantastic lead in the start. But seeing as the game is progressing a little bit more slowly now, I like it.
Bombardier top lane, he gets cut out here, dropping a half-life quickly, and eventually will fall more with the Arcane Vortex. Started at all. Kept him in his place and eventually gets the kill for the team. Moore coming in with the illusion. She is out of mana, though, so not necessarily going to be follow-up the best. And they will retreat. So good getaway there from i2p, but Shrek is, again, that's a big kill for them. Really, Bombardier is a target right now that they've been pretty scared of throughout this earlier game. He's the one that really kind of kept them in it and has so far, but he's going to be there for the next 20 seconds here. As you do see, they are in pursuit, though, of more. They got a ward of sight deep into the Legion jungle, and that's going to secure them maybe one kill. Cthulhu Fawn, the Hellflower's out. The ball lightning does connect on the Hag as Ravener chooses to jump in, but then Portakey's immediately out. Wretched Hag still chasing, though, and looking to secure the kill. Torture is doing so much damage. In return, the main support Torture boxing out Hag as Deadwood in the meantime, he's going to tab it away. He'll survive, and they both do fall. Swiftblade coming in the clutch, and a hat trick to finish it off. That was pretty solid plays on both sides, but Ogre comes out on top there.
Unfortunately, not working out for the Legion team. I'm not sure where Bombardier was during that fight either.
He was resurrecting, so he died earlier at the top lane.
That's unfortunate.
Why, yeah. That's why they pursued it, and it worked out for them. So, yeah, Wretched Hag doing pretty well, but wants to do a little bit better to secure the victory. But again, overall big picture, they're in a good spot. She is not necessarily go back to the hard carry for the team here. I feel like that's more on Swiftblade's hands, and he's doing it pretty damn well.
Mbappé is really good at finding both kills and farm. Like, he's not like the other hard carries where he just continuously farms his own forest and takes stacks all the time. He's always running around and making sure that the enemy team is unsecure of where his location currently is, and somehow he still manages to find a lot of farm. So
yeah,
it's a good active carry, kind of like Slicks used to be back in the days. He always used to buy a port as soon as he hit level 3, level 4 as a carry player. He just ported to the mid and aided his team as well.
Yeah.
So a little bit similar to that active playstyle.
Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out something in between the games here, because it's going in and out now with that robot Znui. But I mean, to be fair, I am able to understand what you're saying for the most part. It's just on and off. It's amusing almost. Anywho, about a half an hour in here though, and obviously Shrek is, again, probably in the most comfortable spot here, but we've seen them be comfortable earlier on in this game and really throw that a little bit, so never can be too comfortable. As Deadwood bottom lane, he's going to be jumped here, and he will be killed, so goes back to the point I was just making, that can never feel too comfortable, and maybe pushing a lane like this with no vision that far up is not necessarily the smartest thing to be doing. But Jorgen wanted to feel it out at least and see what he can get away with. Clearly not a whole lot there. This is a very jump-heavy team, if they haven't realized that already. The 3 portal keys, you got Bombardier with the airstrike ready to go. Even Torturer actually is somewhat farmed here. He has a Storm Spirit coming up, and we did see earlier, I mean, if he's able to get everything off and stand near you, Wretched Hag was nearly dying to it. So, gotta be a little bit worried there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, he's doing
I mean, the thing to look out for if you're Hellborn, I would say, is the Sheepstick, though, closing in onto Bombardier. If he actually gets that at level 16, that's a lot of damage onto like a Wretched Hag or a Swiftblade. Seeing us, or at least in the case if they weren't able to get their Shrunken Head or their spin-off, then they can almost look to one-shot that target.
Middle lane, here's a big chance to go for some kills right here, and meanwhile, actually, they're going to jump Hedge and Hag. And Hag will fall. Moira the Illusion is going to get there way too late. So I was looking middle lane, but no, they found Hag in the jungle. A nice little present for them. That's a level 19 solo Wretched Hag kill. And that's also a gold streak. 515 bonus gold for Bombardier right there.
Oh, in the mid?
And middle lane. Deadwood's going to fall as well. So again, i2p is just simply doing enough right here to stay alive. Meanwhile, though, the farm Swiftblade is pushing bottom here. And has an Axe of the Malphite being delivered. That's not something I expected.
What? And just as I was talking about how I like this build, he goes for an Axe of the Malphite.
Don't get it. I mean, it's a symbol, right? But, like, he still needs...
He already got lifesteal? Do you really need
That's true.
lifesteal item?
So it's Behemoth's Heart? That's just weird.
That is weird, but I think that's the case.
I don't know. That seems a little funky. I don't know why he feels like he would need it. I mean, this is a very bursty team, so I guess. But
I guess it's what I talked about. No, wait, it's a symbol.
It is, yeah. It's actually the symbol in the end. But even that, it's still...
I don't know. I mean, he might be worried about the Sheepstick coming up on Bombardier and his level 16 like we talked about, but favorably, the Legion team is going to try to focus the Wretched Hag and not the Swiftblade in the fights. Of course, they are still going to go for the Swiftblade if they get an opportunity, so maybe that's what it feels like. He needs a little bit more extra HP, but I think a Shroud or something like that would have been a better option here in this game. Because it's far from over, so going for greedy defensive items it's a little bit risky, you gotta say.
Yeah, you could argue that. Now, granted, he does have an empath with him, so as far as enhanced damage goes, that will be helping a little bit too, so worth noting there. You got Wretched Hag, who's no doubt some good damage assistance herself. She has the Hellflower, so the right-click threat is kind of there too, especially depending on what she transforms into as far as her item build goes. Ravener getting caught, by the way, at the bottom lane by Deadwood. Here comes to the bottom, the supporting cast. The airstrike even used. They will get the kill on Ravener, but at what cost here? Deadwood will fall. The Arcane Vortex just not in time. And Cthulhu Font going to come out of it with Moira Illusion. She'll just do everything she can to distract and she even portal keys away. God, that illusion, man. So freaking frustrating, I'm sure. But doing her job. Genius choice. Well, as they say, the stats do not lie. Apparently the only other symbol of Rage game on a Swiftblade was a very good one. 24-3-6. Who did that? What player was that? I'm curious. Imba Boy. I'm going to call Imba Boy. It probably was. I think it would have been. That or Beaver.
I mean, usually you don't see Symbol on Swiftblade either because he's not the typical out-attack hero. Of course, it is a little bit more outstanding now with the Empath. Then he transitioned a little bit more into that physical damage threat. But in general, you just want to like boost his damage when it comes to the Swift Slash and the spin and all.
Well, let me ask you. I assume, and I believe it does work with like the Swift Slashes, right? So if he pops it and then Swift Slashes, like he'll get the lifesteal from those auto attacks. I don't see why not.
Not entirely sure if you can regen HP while in that mode.
Yeah, because I know you're invulnerable, so I wonder if that's true. I wonder if it like completely takes you out of doing anything really.
I think so.
I think you can though, but again, that's one of those.
Okay.
Chat will tell us we're either stupid or we're correct.
Help us out.
6 minutes from now, we'll see. We'll see if we know anything about this game or not. Token of life on a Wretched Hag. She'll pick it up, so easy conquer kill for them. Especially being Hellborn, and in this spot, it's not too hard to get that conquer kill.
Good point.
Doing what he can to farm anything here, and a Shrunken Head looks like it's next in line at least.
Question is, I mean, is he really going to benefit from that? Sure, you're not going to get Hellflowered, but it's not going to be their target of choice anyway. And this is going to transition more into a physical damage game than magic damage, so
yeah,
doesn't feel like an optimal item by any means.
And now he buys a Snake Bracelet, actually. He does Swiftblade. Now, that I don't really... I mean, a Wing Poet, it's never a bad choice, I don't think, in this case, but you look at this Legion side, and the right-click threat is not really the most dangerous... I mean, sure, Ravener, but...
He's got a lot of magic damage, though, so it's not like... I mean, I just don't see why you would need a Wing Bow in this particular game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want that?
It's not even like that necessarily, though, that's throwing me off. It's just the fact that he's valuing the 1,500 gold right now in the inventory spot for a Snake Bracelet. It just seems a little odd. But hey, you know, any kind of evasion you can get, I guess those auto attacks are going to be happening, of course, so might as well help out here. And it's being delivered just about there. The Sheepstick on Bombardier. This could be very useful in this upcoming fight.
This Veil Rot is so sneaky, by the way.
Yeah, wow. Sneaks all the way up there. Now eventually will be jumped, though. There comes the Arcade Vortex. The airstrike completely negated. As a result, I got to say, they have not been pretty this game. Ravener, in the meantime, he's dropping quickly. He will go down. He does not have a buyback, by the way, and it looks like the Hellborn team is going to overwhelm them right here, as expected, honestly. Bat Blast being used, and yeah, that should probably look to start securing it here if it wasn't already. So, i2p, hey, very valiant effort. They definitely could have lost this game at 15 minutes, but they fought through, persevered, and made it into something. But the big picture stays the same. Shrek will come through and be victorious in a 2-1 victory here over i2p. So, again, the good news for Shrek is this does guarantee them at least gold. Possibly now diamond, as they're still moving forward. Still work to do, definitely, but they're at least going to be in gold. That's got to feel good for them at least. i2p is still unsure, as I talked about. The losers of this round, they're going to compete against one another. The top 3 then of the 8 teams will go to gold. The bottom 5 will go to silver is how it works out. So there you go. All right.
Alright, it seems like all the other series are finished up as well. Or wait, did I speak too soon? Actually, I think the Dawn versus Latin Gaming is still going on. It seems like
the thing is that the winner's bracket is supposed to start here, like pretty much now. So we're gonna jump into one of those. I think
that's probably better.
Yeah,
either from the start rather than jump into a already 40-minute game here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the plan, I think. So what we're going to do here, we'll take a short break. We'll see what's going on. But, yeah, the winner's bracket round of 8 technically is